Hi, nice to meet you. My name is Amanda Licano. I am a wife and a mom of 3 girls. I've been a licensed cosmetologist for the past 16 years, and I've been doing this business that I'm about to share with you and being a rep for this company that I would love the opportunity to share with you about and just a little bit give you my background, but also give you why I'm partnered with this company and why I have been using these products exclusively as a stylist for over 3.5 years now. Since I've been partnered with them, I actually purchased the products myself, and as soon as I used them and tried them, and truly for the first time I washed with them, I noticed such a huge change and difference, not only in my hair, but in my daughter's hair as well. My oldest daughter is actually the first person that I tried the products out on, and within the first wash, I was blown away. More specifically, like the next day after just combing and styling her hair. She actually has curly hair, so it can be a lot to manage. And so at least for me, because I don't have curly hair, my 2 oldest daughters are the one that have more of the wavy curly hair that I wasn't blessed with, but I'm just truly so amazed at what these products have done to my hair as well, because I don't necessarily want to say with being a stylist, but maybe you'll get the point later on as I explain to you these products, how they work and all of that. If I do please have the opportunity to, thank you so much for taking the time to watch this and being open-minded to hearing what I have to share and just sharing my story and my experience with you. So going back to my hair, right? So the reason why I had purchased them was specifically for my oldest daughter at the time, which was 3.5 years ago. And I thought she needed the help with her hair and helping it to be manageable and tame it. And as for me, I didn't feel like I really had concerns or problems with my hair, but then I eventually started to find out that I did. My hair would never grow past a certain length. It would always be like right here, and then it'll stop growing, and I would want to grow it out, but my ends would just get so fried and dry looking, and my scalp would always be really dry, and so it just was never really healthy looking. I also, as a hairstylist, was always coloring it, bleaching it, and then I would go dark again and then light again. So I just always thought my hair had no hope because I would always damage it, and as much as I would try to recover it, it just took a really long time to recover and to grow out. And then as soon as I switched the products, when I seen what happened with my daughter's hair, I immediately shared it with my clientele that I've had over the last 16 years, and with so much excitement of wow, this did this to her hair, what could it do for me? I want these products. And so I immediately just jumped right in and decided to be a rep for this company. But not only that, I wanted to continue my education and learning about these products because I was so intrigued and interested in how they worked and just learning more about them, because truly as a hairstylist, we have certain brands that we work with, and trust me, I've worked with them all. I've tried them all. And to say here to you, I'm pretty sure you acknowledge as well as most hair products on the market, you are looking for something, but you don't know what's going to be for your hair. They might have stuff for those that have dry hair, damaged hair, curly hair, but those are really all your options. They might have some products that have keratin in them, and we think that's going to really help with bringing our hair back to life and resolving our damaged hair, when truly sometimes it's just making it worse, and then we don't know where to turn. So I want to be here as your rep to help guide you, whether you're wanting to try the products out or not. But if you just need some guidance in any area that you're struggling with, I would love to help you. A little bit of my story after I started using the products. I was diagnosed with a thyroid disorder back in 2012, And so I have always also dealt with not only just a damaged hair and it never growing past a certain point, I was dealing also with a lot of hair shedding and thinning because I was taking thyroid medication as well. So not only with just a thyroid disorder, but also being on medication, you will experience some hair loss, hair shedding. And so, again, I didn't realize that there could be something out there to help solve or resolve this concern and issue. And so, I honestly just tried the products on a whim. I didn't really know much about them. I didn't really know what they can help with, besides the fact of how they transform my daughter's hair. And so when I shared about it with my clients, they were coming to me asking me, do these products help with hair loss? Like, I'm experiencing COVID hair loss, because this is around the time, again, 3.5 years ago. It was probably like almost a year after COVID, and they were asking me all these questions, saying that they're dealing with certain concerns with their scalp and their hair. And I didn't know, but I had told them right away. I said, look, I'm going to become a rep for this company so I can learn more about them. I truly did not want to sell them unless I knew more and knew that they could absolutely help them. And so I went on to further my education and started just researching. I was learning, I became a rep to just get on the inside, to really know what this company stems from, what they're about, and all that I can find out. And so I was able to take classes, do my research, get educated, but also I did my own research aside from the company, aside from the company's education, and I ventured into learning about trichology. And so from then on, I decided I want to become a hair loss practitioner. And then I wanted to do training to become a certified trichologist. So I did all of this within the last 3.5 years. And so I can now tell you that these products are by far like nothing else out there on the market. Again, like I said, you're going to go look for a shampoo, conditioner, not really knowing what's for your hair. And I can tell you that there's nothing out there that is scalp health related. Products out there are not going to be geared towards scalp health. They just aren't. And with money in these products, they are geared toward the health of your scalp and really healing the scalp from the inside out. So one thing that I want you to know is that I don't want to steer you away from whatever products you are loving and using and have been loyal to for a long time. I just appreciate you taking this time and being open to me sharing this with you. And if you are open about trying the products, I am here. I'm open to guiding you and giving you a free consultation. I also am located here in Arizona, and I actually have my own salon studio in Surprise, Arizona. So if you are local, or even if you are willing to make the drive to me to come and get a free consultation and a scalp analysis, is what I also do. Is I examine and I analyze people's scalp with a microscope to see what might be going on, any concerns that I can tell from the microscope, and then give my recommendations and suggestions on what we can do to help. So I do that, but I also offer scalp facials, to where I treat your scalp and your hair by doing a shampoo treatment, scalp treatment. I wash it, I blow dry it and style it. I also offer other services, but mostly that is my specialty. That's what I specialize in. And so not only are you, if you become a customer of mine, you will have the ability to be treated and to be able to come and get a treatment. Now, if you just have my full trust, and if you want to just take a whim like I did and try the products for yourself and purchase them to have at home with my guidance and consultation, of course, I will go over a little bit of, what you need to know about the product. So more than anything, a lot of products out there contain a lot of chemicals. They contain a lot of silicone and waxes that are actually causing harm to our hair and our health. So these coatings and waxes and silicones that I'm talking about, they actually coat your hair strands, creating this thick wax coating on your strands. But also what ends up happening is that it causes your hair follicles to become clogged. So most people that I analyze and I examine their scalp with a microscope, I typically see with mostly everyone that comes to me is that whether they have the most cleanest, healthiest scalp that you could see from the human eye, or maybe they don't. They are suffering with some sort of scalp conditions or problems. Even those with the most healthiest scalp, I truly see just a lot of clogging at their hair follicles, and that's typically the most common thing that I see. And this is just caused by using products that have those silicones, waxes that are just coating our hair strands and then over time clogging our hair follicles. Now, the main thing that I want you to know and what made me switch from using salon professional products, I mean, I've honestly tried it all. I tried drugstore. I was exclusive to just salon professional once I was a licensed professional. But again, I've tried it all. I've seen it all, researched it all, and almost most products out there are chemically based. I will create some more videos to talk about this, talk about which companies are the ones that are more specifically chemically based, that are owned by 7 other big chain companies. I will go over that in another video. But like I said, most of them are containing chemicals, and a lot of these brands are being recalled and have lawsuits on them for causing cancer, hormone disruptors, infertility, and all these other harmful things that they're causing to our health. So this is why I love to advocate and share and educate on all of this, but also knowing that I have a brand that I've been using exclusively. I have not let anything else touch my hair and my scalp for this last 3.5 years because of the research that I've been doing and all the examining and scalp analysis that I've been doing proves it. So this is why I love to do like my in-person analysis, because you truly see a huge difference in what you're dealing with, what, you know, the products that you're putting on your hair and your scalp. You see that in the microscope. And then when I do my treatments with MONAT products, you see a complete difference from what it was like before and then after. Another thing that I want to mention, so hair oiling, I don't know if you've ever heard of hair oiling or what that is, but it became really popular on TikTok, and where people were just making some natural remedy, plant-based concoctions of, like, you know, natural oils, whether that's argan oil, rosemary oil, coconut oil, or whatever type of natural oil people are using and mixing together and putting this straight onto their scalp to do hair oiling treatments. And what hair oiling treatments basically is, you know, you getting oil when you're mixing things together, or maybe you're just using rosemary oil and putting it right on your scalp. These types of oils, although they're natural and they're, you know, more healthier for your, it doesn't always mean they're good for your scalp. And so I'm going to share with you that I have some notes here that I obviously know, but a lot of times, like, I'll reword things. So I want to make sure I'm giving you factual information. So everything I'm sharing with you is facts. You can actually go to www.thetruthaboutmonat.com and, you know, do the research for yourself. There is going to become a lot of, you know, negative things, because MONAT is actually the #1 global hair care company in the world. Obviously, I said global. #1 hair care company in the world. So there is going to be a lot of negative, because when a company shoots up and they're only a 10-year company, which is really such a baby company, when it blows up and it's on its way to become a $1 billion company, we're currently at over $3 million currently right now. So when this happens, like, it disrupts the industry, and MONAT has disrupted the beauty industry beyond by far than they can imagine. And so because of this, there's a lot of negative things that you'll see on the internet. So you don't always want to trust what you see, but I'm sharing factual information. I could share in the comments here also some articles if you want to look more into it, and just more into, you know, the beauty industry, products, And just facts. I'm gonna give you straight facts. No, not just from my experience. So I'm gonna go off my notes here because basically rosemary oil, if you're gonna use rosemary oil, this is just a stimulant, which is great. This is why a lot of people are experiencing some hair growth and thickness in their hair. It's because it boosts circulation. And so that's truly why it's a stimulant and why it works the way it has for most people. But the bad part about it is that it doesn't penetrate deep enough into the hair strands and into the cuticles. I mean, it really just touches that top outer layer, which is the cuticle, but it just lays flat on top of it. It doesn't penetrate deep enough. So it might provide some nourishment and it'll boost circulation, but it's not going to go deep enough into the hair follicle. It'll clog the hair follicle and it won't penetrate the hair strands. So again, most of these natural oils are not penetrating. They are just touching and coating. That's why I'm saying, like, most oils, most products, anything that you're going to put on your hair is going to coat your hair strands and clog your hair follicles, as well as coconut oil. Again, just sits on the surface, and it feels greasy and can cause hair to become brittle over time. Your hair can actually break off if you're using it way too often because it actually hardens. As you can see, like most coconut oil that you'll get, depending on where you place it, it'll be either really watery, greasy, or it'll harden. So it'll actually harden our hair and make it brittle, and it can break off. So that's coconut oil. Argan oil adds just a temporary shine, which is why a lot of people use argan oil in their shampoos and conditioners, because it just creates a lot of shine. And it hydrates just that surface level. Again, lots of coating with this argan oil. Castor oil is another one that just coats. It's super thick, and over time can really clog the follicles because it forms a barrier on the hair. So, again, just wanting to educate you and share some facts with you. All these oils do not absorb. And what makes MONAT so different is that you're going to actually get a pure oil form that has a blend of 13 essential oils. So again, they're vegan, they're plant-based, they're natural oils. So again, none of these products contain chemicals in them. MONAT products are no chemicals, chemical-free. They're vegan, they're plant-based, cruelty-free, just all that great natural products that you're looking for. And this oil right here is the reason why this company even existed. So this oil actually has a molecular structure that's super, 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 super tiny, like small enough to get really deep and penetrate each strand, each layer of the hair, because there's 3 layers of the hair: the cuticle, the cortex, and the medulla. And then it penetrates deep enough into our hair follicles. So what this does, once you put it on, it'll start to bind down any product buildup, all that waxing, all that coating. It actually starts to strip and remove it in a gentle way, creating, a clean environment, but also bringing our hair back to its natural virgin state. And so that's super important to know, because this oil is actually it's inside, penetrated into all of the products that MONAT carries. And so this is why it works the way that it does. It's going to unclog your hair follicles. It's going to clean off the coating waxes from your hair and giving you a clean, fresh state, as if your hair is just natural virgin again. And it does wonders with color. So if you're wondering, as a hairstylist, I've been exclusively only using these products for the last 3 years, and I can tell you and promise you that I color my own hair. It does not feed your hair color. It won't do anything. It actually helps. And, we don't want to be putting more chemicals on our hair. I try to advocate, with my clients is, let's try to do what we can with color, but with using less chemicals on our hair. So if we can, just do a few highlights in here and there to blend the gray, whatever we have to do, but to not be putting too much chemicals on our scalp, because that can be really, really harmful in the long run. Even though color has been around for so many years, I try to advocate as much as I can to use as less chemicals as possible. and sticking to cleaner products, because there can be a lot of cleaner, vegan, organic brands out there, but I've come to know from trying other things and researching and looking at other things that there's not other cleaner organic lines that actually compare to MONAT. And the only reason is, yes, there's no chemical, they might have no chemicals in their products, but their products may not clean and remove any other product buildup and all that waxes and coatings. It's not going to actually remove any of that the way that MONAT does. So this is why I am so passionate about this and love sharing and advocating. And again, if you want any more information, feel free to message me, reach out to me. If you want to purchase them for yourself, to try them, you have access to me to give me a call, text me, message me, however you found me, or go back to the person that sent you this video and they would be glad to help you. And I'm always there to be of guidance to anyone that you may have been talking to, or whoever has sent you this video as well. So you have me, you have access to me, and anyone that has brought you this video to share this with you. So we'd be happy to help. And I'm so grateful and thank you for the opportunity to hear me out and allow me to share all this information with you. And please stay connected to this channel, because I will share more in depth of what I shared with you here.